Oh, wrong screen.
Star Trek cocktails. Nice.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hi. Welcome to Friday Night Trekkie Girls. We're here to talk about the Star Trek.
That's the bench.
That's the bench. Come and say hello to us in the chat if you're here. We want to hear from you. We want to know that you can hear us, that we're firing on all thrusters. Let's have a look, see where we are.
Where we at?
Who's in the house? So it says, let's have a look. I'm going to see where we're streaming. Are we streaming on Twitter? Let's have a look. Maybe in a minute. We are probably streaming on YouTube. Yes, we are on YouTube. We've got Captain Caveman in the YouTube chat. I don't know why it's not showing on the restream chat. Saying, I don't know whether there's hate against Raffi's character.
I love her. I don't know why there's hate on Raffi's character.
Haters have got to hate.
Haters gone to hate.
And are we on Facebook? And we're on Facebook. Look at that.
Can we not?
Hi. We're all on various chats here.
Look at the people.
We're going to have to overlay some chats here.
Vicky's noticed that we're matching in our stripes already.
Yes,
this was completely unplanned.
Yeah, I think we coordinated it
just what
beautifully.
It's just what we do.
Yes, we did a great job here. Yes, so who have we got in the house now? We've got Vicky. Big shout out to Vicky because
Still in
Vicky
hospital.
is in hospital at the moment and she's doing well, she's recovering and we can't wait to see you again.
Love you, Vicky.
We bring you Trekkie love.
I can't do it then.
We've got Christoph. Hello, Christoph, and Gary, and Neil, and John. Hi, John. And we got and Captain Caveman. So, and Rashid. Hey, nice to see you. We are very matchy today, Vic. Yes.
We are not well. We are poorly.
We're poorly sick.
We are poorly sick, but we are here. And
yes.
Carol is quizzing tonight.
Yes, Carol is
quizzing
representing
tonight.
in the Geek Quiz tonight. So yes, hi Carol. If you log in, she said she threatened to log in at some point.
Threatened.
We weren't around last week.
Because she was poorly sick.
I was poorly sick.
Carol's poorly sick.
And
then we went to London.
Yeah, then we went to London and we saw George Takei, and hopefully we were okay that day. Thank you, Rashid. Yes, we're on the mend. But yeah, we did go see George Takei in London, didn't we?
We saw Allegiance.
It
was really
so
good.
Amazing. I've been wanting to see it since he announced it in New York and been dying to see it. So I was so happy when he brought it to London. And it's a wonderful story. It's based on his life experience as being kept in an internment camp during the Second World War when America got attacked in Pearl Harbor.
Very emotional.
It was so emotional.
Very emotional.
I like the way it sort of showed two ways of approaching it as a
ways of looking at it.
Yeah, victim of being in an internment camp. One half was we have to fight this, we have to resist, and then the other half was no, we have to join in the fight. And they both seemed right. They both seemed, I could honestly don't know which way I would have gone in that situation.
Some were like joining the fight, and then the other half were almost like two wrongs don't make a right.
Yeah.
So it wasn't that they were, against America at all.
No.
It was just they didn't believe in fighting.
Well, I don't think they believed that it was fair for them to have
exactly
that they should have to earn their freedom.
No, exactly by fighting.
So,
exactly. No,
yeah.
it was really good. George Takei was just
amazing.
Oh, it's just so adorable.
God, and I was amazed how emotional it was. It was.
Carol was the worst. Carol. I mean, normally it's me. Normally I'm gone, and I was sobbing, but Carol was literally like vibrating with tears. Bless her. She was well away, but it was emotional. It was very emotional, and we sort of not met him, but we got our program signed at the end. And he was just so sweet.
He is a beacon of shining light in this world.
He is.
Good old Uncle George.
And we need that right now.
Yeah. Hey Jeff. So let's talk about these. We've got 2 episodes. We have No Win Scenario and today's one, which we just watched, which was Imposter. And it's kind of hard. I just want to jump straight in with this week's, but let's go back to.
I totally forgot you guys. We haven't even talked about that.
Yeah, we haven't spoke about last week, which we'll do quick because everyone wants to talk about this one, don't we?
Space jellyfish.
I knew it. I knew when Sarah would have watched the episode because I would have had a text saying space jellyfish. Yeah,
but I watched it about like midnight, and I didn't want to wake you up, so I was like.
I think it was a very cathartic episode. I mean, it was very much. I sort of had a hunch that maybe they were all going to become friends again, and that was testament to their friendship that they actually worked it out by. Yeah, they were able to have that fallout, and then just both
it was
apologise.
Just completely
and get on with it. So that was interesting. And yeah, I liked seeing Seven and Captain Shaw working together, that kind of mutual loathing of each other, but also they know they have to work together.
There was a little bit more respect, wasn't there? I love the grease monkey comments. Yeah. That was funny. And oh my God, poor Shaw. You can kind of see why he's a little bit...
I don't know. Anyone who holds Captain Picard responsible for his actions of Wolf
No, I get it, but he's just traumatised.
Yeah,
he's just traumatised.
I get that, but there's a million things to traumatise you in Star Trek universe. As a captain, as a Starfleet officer. To go there with Picard, I still think he's a douche. Jeff wants to see Shaw and Seven hook up.
I've sort of. Maybe felt that vibe.
Like maybe a bit angry.
Although I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because it's Jerry Ryan and we, everybody loves her. Like we would go there,
Would, yeah.
But just like you see her with Jack and you think, oh, maybe there's romance there. You see her with Riker, you're like, oh, maybe there's romance there. Like
she's for Raffi. Her heart's for Raffi, and
we hope so.
Vicky likes Shaw. Yeah, that does not surprise me. That does not surprise me at all.
I think he's supposed to be one of those Marmite characters, isn't he? You either love him or hate him, but,
I kind of come and go, but I think he is, in his heart of hearts, a douche.
Well, this episode we've just watched kind of proves that.
Yeah. I thought he was kind of less of a douche in this one, but...
He called Starfleet and dobbed them in.
Oh, well, that's true, yeah. I forgot about that.
Do you want to be reinstated or not before you,
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
But he did do the right thing in the end.
Yeah. And so let's go back to
the first
scenario. It was about Picard getting to know Jack, and that bit at the end.
Oh, that scene.
When they find out that
he saw him all those
Jack
years ago.
did seek him out.
And he's like, no, I don't need anything other than Starfleet.
Yeah, which, I like that. I like the fact that, it's okay to... He didn't know he had a kid,
But it did break his heart.
Oh, yeah. But they kind of met in the middle there. They kind of sort of understood each other from both knowing that it was, the other person. Mm-hmm. Let's just jump in with this week, shall we? Let's just jump straight in because... let's talk about fleshy changelings for a minute.
Oh, they're grim. Yeah, these evolved changelings. Odo was pretty.
Yeah.
Odo was a pretty puddle.
He was a pretty puddle.
He was a pretty puddle. These are grim and
I'd love to know your theories on this. I have a feeling they are sort of human hybrids. Mm-hmm. In this week's episode, they mentioned that Dr. Question, it's evolution we're looking at. Mm. I wonder whether they're messing around with perhaps a cloning technology of the Vorta and humans. So they've got that kind of ability to clone people. That's not too much further off of creating... I think that Jack is the son of Beverly and Jean-Luc, but could he also be a changeling as well?
What was it you said you thought they were to do with something?
I thought the voice it's saying, come back or join us is the Great Link calling him, the same way Odo was sent out. Odo and the other lots of other changelings, 100 or so changelings were sent out across the galaxy, and then they had this kind of desire, this instinct to go back home.
At the end of DS9, he got called back.
He kind of discovered his own people, but he said he always had that calling, and it was a way for the changelings to learn more about other species, I guess. So I wonder whether there's a bit of that going on with Jack. I do think he will ultimately end up being good still, but
Yeah, I don't think he's bad. If he's genuinely like Beverly and Picard's son, I don't see how he can be bad.
And the fact that he's now starting to tell, like, oh god, that episode opening where he's shooting up the bridge, God.
I know, you're just like, oh my god, your face when you thought Worf died.
I didn't.
You were like, I don't believe it.
I don't believe it.
I don't believe it.
I didn't know. I didn't have any emotion at all because I just.
You just looked at me and, no, I don't believe it.
You know, it was like Riker stroking the android's beard. You know, no.
I mean, he did get stabbed.
Oh, we got stabbed. Yeah, I thought it was a hologram.
I didn't. This is me being stupid. I didn't realise that was a Vulcan bad guy. I thought that was a Romulan.
I think that's He was wearing the IDIC necklace. That was the first giveaway.
Straight over the top.
And then I thought, you know, even still, it could be like. Well, I like that, the gangster Vulcan with his big IC.
How can a Vulcan be bad? That's bizarre to me.
Use logic to say anything, can't you? Anyone can say anything and say it. Just add the tagline. It's logical.
Yeah. Wow, that shocked me a little bit.
Yeah. Also, it sounds like maybe he wasn't raised Vulcan.
And then there was the surprise.
Oh, wow. How excited were we to see Ensign Rowe back?
It took me a minute to catch on. I was like, what? Who?
Funnily enough, I mean, I instantly thought, I don't know how many of you are Battlestar fans, I immediately went like, oh my god, she's gone full on Admiral Kane. There was something that was coming through to me.
You did kind of get the feeling she was a bad guy, didn't you? When she first came into it, you're like, oh my god, she's a changeling, oh my god.
Yeah, and you're just looking for it in her, which I imagine that's what Captain Picard was going through as well. You know, you're looking for that person you knew. And yeah, so funnily enough, when I was preparing this stream, I have to find images, you know, that kind of represent the episode. And I was just wary. I just
no
I'm
spoilers.
Always wary of getting an image, and I'm like, I did see an image of Rowe, but I kind of purposely didn't focus very hard on it until I found one that just was like Worf, and it's. I know what you're saying. It is a waste to bring her back and need to kill her, but also it's
so poignant.
Yeah, I mean, she wasn't going to be any more episodes. I mean, it would have been great, but
I kind of feel like it plays into the whole Picard never had children. Picard never wanted to have children, but like he says to Riker, Riker said to him, "I know how much she meant to you," and he was like, "No, you don't. I don't think I knew." So clearly, he thought of her as a daughter.
They were absolutely a father's
and the fact that
relationship.
He's now found his son, and he's just lost a daughter because obviously him and Jack had the whole, you know, you go your way, I'll go mine type conversation. Hopefully, now this is going to get Picard to say, "Actually, can we not do that?"
Yeah, exactly.
So,
actually, so you sort of spoiled. Luckily, I didn't quite twig that it was her, but I did just see that Star Trek.com.
That was a bit soon, wasn't it?
Yeah, they'd done this before. They put
they
up
were
on their
so
articles.
excited, probably.
Yeah,
and
they just did an article saying, you know, what do we know about Ensign Rowe from Ensign to Commander? And I'm like, oh, you know, I know it's now we're at that age where it's on us to moderate our spoilers, but you know,
like literally, it's really hard sometimes. You just quickly scroll through Facebook or something, and it's
exactly.
gone,
Especially if your work revolves around using Facebook. You know, I've got to get onto Facebook to go into my ads account, and it's like, yes. So, so what's going on with Jack, people? So I reckon he's part changeling. Are you guys thinking you're?
There's something, and I do think he's good because like when he spoke to Beverly, he was like, I think there's something really wrong with me. Like he clearly knows that what he's going through isn't right.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel like it's not always been that way. Although she did say he had the nightmare.
When he was younger.
He had nightmares when he was younger. So that kind of makes you think that actually maybe this is a deep set. This is a deep set sort of problem. I have no idea. I don't know what the red tentacles are. No. I don't understand any of it. What's the red door? I don't.
It does somewhat remind me of. Soji and Soji and her sister. Doji. I've already forgot their names. How's that? Let's have one more. We'll see. And not allow. The way they were activated, like he's almost got that, you know, he kind of tapped into something there, didn't he? But the whole calling join us,
that was a little bit boggy to me.
That really,
there was a little bit. I don't think it will be Borg, but it was a little bit when his eyes glowed red, and you know find me.
Yeah,
that felt a little bit collectivey to me. But
to me, that was a bit. I think that was more changeling. Well, I mean, it was very Borgy, but
maybe there's some sort of Borg changeling.
Who knows?
Fleshy.
I feel like they've done Borg.
I know,
feel like
they couldn't do Borg again.
They've done it.
Not without Annie.
No. It's, but yes,
maybe
Jason Bourne.
Alison Pill.
Maybe Alison Pill, yeah. Yes, Alice Borg.
I can't believe she ended up being the Borg Queen. Like, you know when, like, Star Trek's just so good,
I know.
You just forget, like, oh, God, yeah, that happened. That was the last series.
Yeah, so what else happened in this episode? It was a bit quiet on the whole 709 front. She was a bit more quieter in this episode, I felt.
It was quite cool that Ro was Worf and Raffi's handler, that little, you know.
Yes.
And it's kind of affirming who we can trust.
Yes.
Like, we had a massive question mark on Ro when she came in, and then it's like, oh, actually, no. And, like, Raffi and Worf had already figured out, excuse me, that she was saying access denied, find another way, because the people above her. I mean, this is like awful. This is like this is like the whole season 1, 2 of Discovery, when you don't know who you can trust, who's been infected. You know, it's like, I don't like it when we don't know who we can trust. It makes me scared.
I know, it does sort of tap into something, doesn't it?
It's right up to the very top. Like, who...
Yeah.
It's... Oh, and how...
Okay, let's all have a show of hands. Who thinks we're going to see Janeway by the end of this?
She got mentioned. I can't see my hands.
She has been mentioned far too many times.
Oh my God, it'll be like the last episode. Oh, but what if she's the changeling? Oh no, I just want to see proper Janeway. Like,
she'll just come in all phases
not an
firing,
animated one,
taking them all out.
Not not a changeling one. I just want to see Captain Janeway.
Please let us have Captain Janeway.
Please let us have Captain. That would be the best kept secret ever.
Exactly.
That would be the best.
I think we have about, what do we have? We now have about 5 episodes left, I think.
Oh, don't say that.
And we still have Geordie.
We've got Deanna Troy.
In
person. I think we're going to... I'm sure I've seen a screenshot. I reckon she'll be in at least one episode.
I mean, them all reunited on the bridge. I can't wait to see Geordie.
We meet Geordie's daughter, or Geordie's other daughter.
Yeah, we'll see Mika Burton. And we still haven't had Law and Moriarty, so...
Oh my God, Moriarty.
So I think these next episodes...
How on earth does this all connect together?
Well, we are getting closer to what's going on in the Daystrom Institute. I'm sure it's got to be Moriarty.
They said a lot in this episode about AIs. They mentioned AIs more like that. Oh, it's all AI controlled, but there are flaws. Like, and that makes me think of like law
and doors. If there's flaws, there's doors. Interesting. Yes. I'm not ready for it to be over, Christoph. I'm not ready for it to be over.
Species 8470.
Species 84... Oh, yes, because of course Species 8472 were going to be imposters, weren't they? So we've had a lot of people trying to take over the Federation. Maybe they could all just go fight themselves. So we've had the little ear buggies from season 1 TNG. We've had changelings. We've had... Who was it in Discovery?
That was AI, wasn't it? AI technology.
Oh yes, the Romulan people. Who were they? Who were the bad Romulans? Not the Tel Shiar, the super secret, more secret than Tel Shiar Romulan sect. Like Starfleet is anyone in Starfleet? You know, it's running remarkably well for an organisation that gets taken over every 10 years. Wouldn't have it any other way.
This is possibly completely unrelated, but how did the Federation break down in Discovery? in that timeline? What had happened? Was that to do with the Big Bang?
That was some
Where did it
planets
start?
succeeded, hadn't they? Some planets, I think Vulcan succeeded. I think it was just...
Because there was basically, when they turned up, there was no Federation, was there? There was very sparse Federation. I know all the ships had blown up because of the guy screaming, which sounds really funny now. Maybe that's when people don't like Discovery. When you watch Picard, like now you're like, oh yeah, that was a bit weird in Discovery when that happened. Because he screamed too. Oh God, what's that species called?
The Great Burn. What are they called?
Oh,
Sulu's people. We need to go to bed.
We're not doing well today, are we? I can't think what they're called now. Massive congratulations to Miss Yo on her Oscar.
Yes. Bravo.
Yay!
One of our Trekkie family got it.
Please come back and do Section 31.
I know.
Please don't be so famous that you can't be in Star Trek anymore.
That's not on. And we need to come back.
Know your people.
And Worf's ready for it. You know, we know his intelligence. And
there's been a lot of Star Trek intelligence in this episode, definitely.
Absolutely.
It's on the tip of my tongue and I can't think what they're called. No, I just wondered how the Federation fell apart. I wonder if it's got something to do with this, but I don't think it falls apart in Picard's timeline.
The burn, wasn't it? Righty, guys, I think we're going to call it a night a bit early tonight because we need to go to bed.
We're not doing well, are we?
Can't even talk.
We're just not doing well.
We hope you all have a lovely evening. Thank you for joining us for this episode. 5 more to go. There won't be one next week, I'm afraid, because I'm going to be at work. So depressing. Yes. But we'll be back soon and catch up with Star Trek. Take care, you guys. Thank you, Vicky. We hope you feel better. We'll stay away from you while you're recovering.
Love you, Vicky. Mwah.
Take care, guys. Thank you.